Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wispin here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are once again here on the Pokecentral server. If you guys don't want to join me on the server, there are links in the description to pretty much everything you need. And if you need any extra help or support, join my Discord. There is a support channel where you can get help from over 10,000 different members. Well, I'm not necessarily saying all 10,000 are going to help you, but there is 10,000 members over on our Discord, so you should be able to find at least one person to help you out. So first things first, before we get into anything here, we are going to have to buy a whole lot more blocks for this island, and I feel like we're going to be spending a lot of money to get this build done. So what I want to start this episode off by doing is making some more money, and I have my casino, which I can definitely jump back into if necessary, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that would like to gamble at my casino, but we need to find ways of making money that aren't necessarily just a gamble. So what I'm going to do is, first things first, try and get myself an amulet coin, and I think all we need for that is gold and string. So I'm going to check and see if we have any string down in our chest here, and I don't think we do. Oh, we do. Okay, so we have string. I think we just need gold, which we should also have. We'll need to smelt some down, it looks like, but that shouldn't be too hard. We have plenty of cobble here. Let me get like a stack. All right, I kind of want to keep it organized in here, but there we go. And we'll just do maybe 3. Let's do 4 furnaces for now. And we should actually be able to just place them maybe here. I might push them back into the wall. Like I said in the last episode, this little area here is probably going to be temporary until we get a house built up above. It's just a nice place to keep our items all out of the way. So we got that. Let's go ahead and split this up into 4 stacks. Just gonna bring us about 10 in each. It's not too bad. We got plenty of gold here. So let me go ahead and look up the crafting recipe really quick, just so that I know what I'm doing. Amulet coin Pixelmon. Google is the greatest thing ever. If you guys didn't know, there's this thing called Google, and you can actually look up Pixelmon crafting recipes on it. It's crazy. So we need 2 gold ingot and 5 string. We don't have 5 string here. We do have the 2 gold, but we're gonna need to get 2 more string. So we need to find a Pokemon that drops string. I'm thinking like maybe Caterpie if we go to spawn. That Caterpie would drop string, right? Maybe Caterpie, Weedle. A lot of the bug type Pokemon I feel like are gonna be the ones that drop the string. So let's try our luck with this Caterpie here. Let's see if we can get one. I don't know what else it would drop, so it must drop string, right? Yep, 2 string. Okay. We just need 1 more Caterpie then. Let's see. Where are they at? Oh, here's one. And there's a Weedle. We could try the Weedle as well. I'm curious to see if... actually, we got a Cobweb as well. Okay. But Weedle, do you drop string? Yeah, okay. So it seems like all the little bug-type Pokemon drop it, but that's easy enough. Let's head on home, which I did just make it my actual home and not home island now. So it is official. We are officially moved in. And then let's go ahead and craft this. Did they change the recipe? Oh, no. Oh, geez. I was reading the wrong thing. Okay, so joke's on me. You can't craft items in Pixelmon anymore. A lot of you probably already knew that, and you're probably laughing at me right now. That's great. That's fine. You do that. But yeah, you can't actually craft a whole bunch of the held items in Pixelmon anymore. I'm not entirely sure why they removed them. I guess it's just to make it where you have to interact with more Pokemon. So it turns out the only way to get an amulet coin is by, well, there's 3 ways. You can either defeat a bunch of Meowths. It has a 5% chance of dropping from them. You can also get it as a special tier 2 drop from bosses, which is going to be uncommon and rare bosses. Those are the ones that drop the tier 2 drops. And the 3rd way is the easiest by far is just buying it in the shop, which is the way we're going to go with. I wanted to try and craft it. I didn't necessarily want to just take the easy way out and buy it in the shop, but bosses are so uncommon, and Meowths I don't really see that much. So really we're just going to have to kind of go with this. So the second way to go ahead and make money is a move called Happy Hour. Now this move just does the same thing in Amulet Coin. It doubles the amount of money, but it stacks with the Amulet Coin. So you'll be getting ×4 money instead of the ×2 that you normally would get if you just use Amulet Coin. But the amount of Pokemon that can actually learn this move is pretty low. It's pretty exclusive. And I know Magikarp can learn it. I know Pikachu can. I think Meowth can. And there's a few others. If you go ahead and look it up, there's a list. I think Greninja is on the list. There's only like 6 to 8 different Pokemon. But you get it through a move tutor that spawns in the wild. This move was supposed to be disabled. But there was a bug with Pixelmon to where these moves still spawned as move tutors. A bunch of people got it, and at this point, there's really no way for us to remove it, because if we did remove it from the move tutors, which I don't even think is possible without modifying Pixelmon's code, a lot of people would already have it anyways, and it can be passed down through breeding. So what you need to do is just locate an NPC or just ask in chat if anyone is willing to sell you one. I did go ahead and buy a Magikarp from Blaze Rage for 20,000 coins that has hidden ability. It is rash nature, so it's really bad nature. We'll go ahead and edit that, but it does know the move Happy Hour, which you can also just get from an NPC. So it really is up to you if you want to try and get it yourself or buy it off another player. I'm sure plenty of players are willing to sell you these Happy Hour Pokemon. Might come at a little bit of a premium, but it is definitely worth it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our Magikarp and we're going to go ahead and increase the level up quite a bit. And the reason that I'm doing that is just so that we can ensure that we get the move off. I want to increase him up to level 39, and then we'll use a rare candy on him, get him to 40. That should also evolve him into a Gyarados, and we should be good to go with using him in battle. I also want to increase his IVs and change his nature, and he actually already has perfect attack and perfect speed. So now that I think about it, it's perfect special defense. We'll increase his defense just so that he is a really good Pokemon. I'm not really going to be using him for anything outside of Happy Hour as far as I know. I might use him a little bit on my team, but he's definitely not one of my main team Pokemon. I already have a whole team planned out, and he is not a part of it, so we don't really need to worry too much about what we're doing. He's already hit an ability as well. We'll change his nature, and I think I'm going to go with Jolly just so he gets the speed boost, and he's a little bit quicker and can outspeed some more Pokemon. But outside of that, I think we're good to go. I will not put him in a Premier Ball. I was thinking about it, but since he's not going to be on our team, let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and confirm, and let's level him up one time with a rare candy, which we're going to have to head on home for. So rare candy, and we'll have to fix up his moveset a little bit. Give him a couple decent moves, but we should be able to evolve him right here. So yeah, you can only get Happy Hour when he's in Magikarp form, so if you do evolve into a Gyarados, I don't think the move tutor will let you teach it to him, so you do need to keep that in mind. The things that the move tutors will charge are most likely Bauxite, any of the different Pixelmon gems, like rubies, sapphires, amethyst. I think they can charge silicon, gold, redstone, maybe even diamonds, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend, if you are hunting for one, just to keep all that stuff in your ender chest if you have access to /ender chest, or in your inventory if you don't. All right, so in terms of moveset, let's take a look at the move relearner first and see if there's anything he can learn. Aqua Tail, that's not too bad. And we do want to go with physical attacking moves. So Ice Fang, that's not too bad either. And I don't really want to spend too much money on this guy, so I think we're just going to stick with that. And we can also maybe do one more move. And I think I kind of want to go with... let's just go with maybe Earthquake or something. /home. We should have some TMs in here that we could use. Do we have an Earthquake TM? Unfortunately, no. So actually, we're going to have to buy one. Let's do Earthquake, though. I think that's a pretty good move for him. We could also do something like Crunch, or maybe a flying type physical attack move just for that stab bonus, but I think I want to go with Earthquake just because it's a fairly good move, fairly good coverage, and I don't really know. I just like the move. That's pretty much the extent of it. Here is Ground, and Earthquake's going to be very, 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 very expensive, but we should be able to make some money back. And we'll replace Splash. Splash isn't very useful. All right, so we are ready to rumble. We are ready to go. We have our Pokemon here. We have our Gyarados, our Moelle, and our Nidoking, all level 40, all very, very good IVs, and these two are EV trained, and we have all of our held items. So let's just jump straight into things here and see if we can maybe make a little bit of money. You look like a good start. So fresh water, 650, that'll be multiplied times 4, so it'll come up to 2,600. I believe math is hard sometimes, something like that though. So we're gonna start off with Gyarados, and the first thing we have to do is Happy Hour, which means he's gonna get a free shot on me. But that is okay. It's just a Lapras. We don't gotta worry about too much here. But Earthquake should be decent against a Lapras, if I'm correct. I mean, it's okay. It's not great. Now, every time we do defeat a Pokemon with Gyarados, we are actually going to get our attack raised due to his hidden ability, Moxie. So if we can't manage to take out this Lapras, we should be able to take out a few Pokemon afterwards. But it does seem like this Lapras is fairly tanky, and our Gyarados is not doing too hot. We'll see. Just barely hanging on there. All right, so our attack has increased. He has a Kingdra now. We kind of just got to stick with Earthquake. Ice Fang is going to be half effective. Water is going to be half effective, so might as well Earthquake. Doing a little bit more damage, but we're going to get taken out. That is perfectly fine. That is okay. That was to be expected with this fight. Let's go ahead and send out Mawile now and Mega Evolve with the Play Rough, Iron Head. I think Iron Head is going to be half effective. I could be wrong on that. But let's just go with Play Rough and see if we can maybe one-shot this Kingdra the rest of the way down. Could also do Sucker Punch. I'm going to do Play Rough. We'll see. I don't know. Sometimes I choose the wrong moves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I choose the wrong move and there was a way better option and I'm just totally overlooking it. It happens sometimes. It happens very frequently. We did manage to take out the Kingdra. That's good. I don't know if we're going to win this fight, though. So I think our best bet, try and outspeed him. We're not going to outspeed him. Let's be real. So our best bet is just click Play Rough and hope and pray that we can do something here. Actually, we did outspeed him. Wow. Mawile, I'm proud of you. That's great. Okay, so now we're moving on to a Sea King, which I think is just pure water type, if I do recall. So pure water type, that's not really going to be weak to any of the moves that we have. So I think our best bet is just go with Play Rough, get the stab bonus, has a pretty good damage, and I think Iron Head is going to be half effective. So Play Rough. Let's just go for it. And Mawile avoided the attack and one-shot him. Wow. Nice job, Mawile. You are a beast right now. Mega Mawile has such high attack, and if we could get off a sword stance, it would be even more just one-shotting everything. But yeah, so Tentacruel, I believe our best bet is going to be to go with, maybe we go with Sucker Punch here. So if he's going to attack me and do damage to me, I'll at least get a move off, and I feel like he could definitely one-shot me with 39 HP. So I'm going to go with Sucker Punch. That'll do a decent amount of damage, and he actually did not one-shot me, but we can use Sucker Punch again. That'll finish him off, and we just won the fight. Okay, wow, that was fine. Nice. I'm in shock right now. I didn't actually expect to win that, just because that's kind of like the first NPC we've beat here at the Battle Island. Our team is coming together, for sure. Mawile just leveled up, which is kind of concerning, because if he starts leveling up, these NPCs are going to start getting harder for our other Pokemon. So we really need to be careful with that and make sure our Pokemon stay all about the same level. You know what? Let's get ourselves an Old Rod. Let's see. Can we battle this NPC? Yes, we can. And let's see if we can get ourselves an Old Rod. All right, so we got to use Happy Hour first. It's just something that has to happen. And then we need to try and figure out how to take out the Seadra. I think our best bet here, probably going to be Earthquake. Probably actually would be swapping out to a different Pokemon. But Earthquake's really all we can use. So let's just go for it. And we'll see if we can at least take out the Seadra, get a Moxie off, and then start doing some more damage. It's going to be close. See, it would be a lot easier if we could go ahead and use a different held item on our Gyarados, either leftovers or maybe even a choice scarf or something. But unfortunately, we do need that money from the amulet coin. So Gyarados, we will see what is he going to be weak to. I don't think any of our moves. Yeah, he's really not. He's not. We can't use Earthquake. Ice, I think, is our best bet here, because water is going to be half. So I think Ice. Let's just try it. Let's see how this goes. Frozen Solid. Okay, I will take it. It didn't really do any damage, but that is fine. We'll just keep spamming this out and hope that maybe we can take him out before he unfreezes here. I don't know how long he stays frozen, but it seems to be working out for us right now. Still Frozen Solid, and we wiped him. Okay, thank you. RNG is in our favor right now. So moving along to Tentacruel, I think our best bet is probably going to be going back to the Earthquake move, although we might be better off with... No, I think it is. I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to go for it. Guys, and we're up 3 Moxies now, which I think... Oh, it doesn't even matter because we won the fight. But we got our old rod. Finally, this is like the 4th time we've taken on this NPC, and we finally got the old rod. Finally making some progress in this world, and we're still not up. I mean, we're down like 30k for this episode from buying that TM. But hey, we're on the right track, and it's nice to finally be winning some battles. Now we're going to overreach a little bit and go for the super rod. Why not? Might as well. I mean, we're going to get crushed at level 80. This is such a joke. Okay, we definitely need level 100 Pokemon in order to even take this thing on. Why am I even bothering with Happy Hour? I don't know. Why not? I guess. But yeah, this isn't going to go so well. I'm just gonna Earth Power it, and we'll just accept defeat here. Yeah, let's run away. Okay, yep, not gonna happen. Not today. So with that NPC, you will see the least difference, I believe, once you're at level 100, just because then your EVs and your IVs will be in full effect, and they're gonna have a really high level Pokemon either way, so you might as well be doing level 100s versus 140 rather than level 40s versus 80s. I feel like it would make a pretty significant difference if we did have level 100 Pokemon. So I want to keep making progress on my island in every episode just so that it doesn't halt, because I know with my last base, I kind of just never did anything with it. So I want to make sure that I continue working on this every single day until we get it to where we want it. And right now, it is definitely not at that stage. We don't even have enough room to really build a house, at least not a house that I would appreciate. So we're going to keep expanding this thing. I'm going to try to use as much sandstone as I can, get it as big as possible. I kind of want to go for probably, a whole lot bigger than that, probably like all the way out and around. And then I kind of want to make it have hills and maybe even a little bit of a miniature mountain or something, which is a little ambitious. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a little ambitious considering my last like 3 series, I haven't even managed to build myself a house. But who knows? We'll see how far things get, and maybe we can do great things here. Wow, okay. So that was like 8 or 9 stacks of sandstone, and that's the difference that it made there. That's kind of crazy. It really doesn't even look like much. We're definitely making a little bit of progress, but considering how much sandstone that we just used to make this tiny little ring around this island, it is probably going to take about, I don't know, maybe 50, 60, 70 more stacks of sandstone just to get a reasonable sized island. And that's actually probably on the low side. So this is going to be an issue. We might need to find a desert and just start digging up all the sand, because I don't know if I can afford to keep buying all the sandstone straight from the shop. We do have some in here, but I don't want to use this smooth sandstone for the island. We can use this, though. It's only 14 blocks, not really going to make much of a difference, but might as well go ahead and just place it on to the side here and make a tiny little difference in the world. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. We'll get there someday. I guess that's what I should say. We also definitely need to buy some more Ultra Balls. We're down to 5. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I want to take a look and see. Let's put our sword in our ender chest. We don't really need that. I want to see the difference in cost between Pokeballs and Apricorns and see if it's really even worth taking the time to craft up an Ultra Ball. So we can see here, you have these for 18, and you can actually get black Apricorns for 18 as well. So just depends on the day, but if you come in when they're at their cheapest, that's what we'll calculate it based on, because that's pretty easy to do. You just wait a day or two and then buy in bulk. So 18 for a yellow and 18 for a black. So it's going to take 2 black Apricorns and 1 yellow Apricorn to get a single, not multiple. If you do like Pokeballs, it gives you multiple, but if you do these, it's only going to give you 1 Pokeball lid. And so that means it's going to be 18 times 3 for a single lid, which is $54, which is a whole lot cheaper than the cost of buying a Ultra Ball. It's going to be $275 to buy an Ultra Ball, but you also have to take into account the stone that you need for the button. So let's go ahead and add that into the cost, which I believe stone's going to be over here. And I want to see just how much we'll save if we actually go through the process of making like an automated Pokeball factory of sorts. So stone, it's going to be 16 per button. So I think that's about the cheapest you can get it. You might be able to get it for like 14, but we'll just go with 16 as well. So that's going to bring it up to, I believe, a total of 70 for the price. So 70, and then you need to worry about the base as well, which in order to craft a base, I believe you need, what is it? It's called an iron disc, and you get 5 of those for 3 iron ingots. So iron, where are you at? Let's see, ore should be back here. And you can, of course, mine for these different things, but iron is going to cost you 120 per ingot, and you need 3 to craft 5. So we'll take 360, divide that by 5. So at most, it's going to cost you around $140 to $150 per Ultra Ball if you make them yourself. And that's including the cost of the stone buttons, which is pretty easy to get yourself. And then also the iron is pretty easy to get yourself. So really, it could cost you as little as 70 coins if you just buy the apricorns, which, wow, that's actually really cheap. That's saving a whole lot of money. That means if you go ahead and make them yourself, you're going to get about 4 to 5 Ultra Balls for every Ultra Ball that you can buy here in the shop. Now, I'm going to go ahead and buy about half a stack. Kind of expensive, but we're definitely going to have to look into getting an automated system going forward. I guess you also need to take into account the cost of like coal or blaze rods or something like that to go ahead and smelt down all of the apricorns, because that is something you'll need to do. But even with that, I don't think it comes anywhere near the 275 coin cost of buying Ultra Balls straight up. All right, so we need some sand here. Let's go ahead and just buy a whole load of that. We're going to need a ton of it, so might as well just buy a load. And then we are going to have to probably open up our casino, maybe even in the next episode, because we are running low on the cash, and there's really not much we can do to make hundreds of thousands of coins outside of the casino without spending just a ton of time collecting and selling really rare Pokemon. I think that's really my favorite way to make money, but it does take a very large time investment to make work. You really have to know the whole economy, know what things are worth, and then you can go on like the GTS, for example, buy up legendaries. These are pretty expensive, so I wouldn't recommend buying those. But occasionally you'll find a legendary on the GTS for like 300,000, and maybe you could flip that and sell it for 400,000, and that's a pretty good profit, and it's not really too hard to convince people to pay 400,000 for a legendary. All of that sand, we didn't even fill in the entire island. I'll get that sorted out probably at a later date, but I promised you guys I'd go ahead and open up myself a shadow egg if we got 150 likes on the last video, and that video I believe got somewhere around 200 likes at the time that I'm recording this. Shadow egg, there we go, and let's just open this thing up and see what we get. I am leaning towards either a Lapras, a Scyther, or of course one of the legendary shadow Pokemon, but I'll pretty much take anything at this point. I feel like a lot of the shadows look pretty cool. I just don't want a duplicate. Are we getting a Horsey? Interesting. So Horsey looks pretty bad, but I know Kingdra looks a whole lot better, so we'll definitely have to try and get a Shadow Kingdra. We're definitely going to have to try and get one of those in a future episode, just because I feel like it'll look a whole lot better. But I'm going to take this moment to go ahead and say, if you guys haven't entered the texture contest that we are running here on the server, I definitely recommend checking out my video from a few days ago. It kind of explains the whole process. Join our Discord, look at the contest submissions channel, and just see what everyone has submitted. There are some really, really cool textures in there that you can use for inspiration for your own. Don't just copy them, but there's a whole lot of inspiration that you can get. You can make some pretty cool stuff with these textures, and you could eventually end up seeing them here on the server. We are probably going to be choosing around 15 different textures to add to the server as soon as this contest ends, which it actually ends, submissions end on the 29th, and then soon after that we'll be picking the winners. So definitely recommend checking it out, taking a look at those, and submitting your own. If you guys do have Paint on Windows or Photoshop, any sort of photo editor will work, and yeah, I definitely think you'd be surprised with what you can make if you don't think you're really that much of an artist. But with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We just hit I think around 27,000 subscribers. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we are close, which is crazy because it feels like we just hit 20,000 yesterday. But thank you to everyone that's subscribed. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.
Click up.